creepy.
So there is no bathroom up here.
That's fine.
This is Rosie's room. Maddie's and Anna's room.
Okay.
Okay. Rosie's is the little girl's room. The well is directly across the street in front of that big tree.
That's
where
what
she passed.
Uh-huh.
And these two are ladies of the evening.
Is this considered the bordello?
Yes.
Hello. You ready for the ghost? Can I come get you?
Hi.
You feeling
Here
anything?
we are. I feel something, that there's something here. I definitely do. I feel a little like my goosebumps type thing.
Like
it's-
chills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel that yet. I feel oddly calm.
Yeah. But I don't think there's anything bad here.
No,
I don't feel
I don't
anything
think there's
bad.
anything negative.
No.
Friendly spirits in this family, hopefully.
Yeah.
Rosie might be a little pissed about the way she went, but you know,
Oh yeah.
we'll be here to talk to her.
So, you want to just do a spirit box thing and look at our stuff?
Alright. If Rosie is here, or any other spirits in this house, I'm sure you get this all the time, and it's probably very annoying. But we've been looking forward to this for a very long time. So if you can speak with us, we'd really appreciate it. I mean you no harm. We're just here to get to know you a little bit. You can speak to me through this box. And walk right up to us, and we'll be able to hear your voice. I'm sure you've seen this before. If there's anybody here, can you tell us your name? That was creepy.
Tell me that was my. That's a Rosie. 110%.
Is your name Rosie? Can you say that again, please? Another little girl. That was a little girl.
That was a little girl.
My name's Ryan. This is Elizabeth. These are my parents. We're nice people.
Hi, Rosie.
Thank you for saying hi to us. She just said hi back. Wow. We really like your dolls. They're so pretty. Can you show us your favorite one? No, kind of sound like no, right? Same voice. Is there somebody else speaking to us now? Can you tell us your name? It's either they're there or they're not there. It's so weird.
Right.
That's what it's not like you'll get a voice like every minute consistently.
Right.
It's
Or
either
nothing.
you'll get a bunch within like the same time frame, or you'll get nothing.
That's what I told Rosie. Could you show me your dolls later? I'd like to see them, and you can tell me what their names are.
Never done that before. I must have shut off for a second. Crazy. Within the first 20 seconds, there were 3 responses. That was a man's voice. Goodbye, Rosie. Okay. What's up?
Anna and Maddie, we always get, maybe that Anna, the story goes that Anna was, had an affair with a black man. His name was Samuel. That she got pregnant, and once the baby was born, they realized, had an affair.
Right.
So they hung Samuel out on a tree.
Right outside here.
And Sal had said that tree had been cut down. I don't know if he did it or somebody else had done it. Well, not recently, not like recently. And they took. A couple times I have getting EVPs. They took my infant. They took my child.
You hear that? Yeah.
Wow. Terrible.
Okay.
So 1900s, early 1920s, 30s. Yeah, so it's sad, but she's one to. Anna's funny. I love Anna. I love Maddie too. Maddie's a little bit more docile, I would say, but she's sweet on the sweeter side. Anna, she can get feisty.
She's older. She was the woman who lost her.
Yeah, I get up there. If you ask her, we normally get to age 27. Maddie, I think, was younger, so she was probably 19. We don't know how Maddie passed. Anna, I actually believe in my heart of hearts, I don't know what happened to her, but I believe she put up such a fight with her baby that they probably something happened to her. But we used to have Samuel here a lot.
Really?
We used to get his name through the spirit box all the time when I volunteered. So just a brief history. The original building was built in 1845. It burned down in 1895. It was rebuilt within 6 months. So in 1895, the building that you're standing in was built. The extension, the addition that looks like a barn from the outside is the gentleman's quarters and bordello. That was built in 1910. Shanleys took over in 1906. They actually kind of brought the notoriety to the hotel. It had been a hotel since 1845 and had multiple owners. But after the Shanleys took over, they were really a well-known family in the city. They were 4 or 5 brothers that had hotels and restaurants. And when James Shanley came up and bought the hotel, he kind of brought the New York people with him. Oh, let's go up to the Catskills and see the Shanleys. They also were Irish mafia. So I always used to say they dabbled in the Irish mafia until last summer. I had the actual Shanley clan here. There was about a dozen of them, great-grandchildren and grandchildren of James Shanley. Wow. And they said, dabbled, oh honey, we are the Irish mafia. So that was kind of funny, but they were Irish mafia. Mr. Shanley was a bootlegger with John Powers. I had a picture of them, I don't know if they don't. There's a history book there that you can look in. They were arrested for bootlegging by the FBI. They got off pretty easily. I always say it's because it helps to know the Roosevelts. Beatrice Shanley was very good friends with Eleanor Roosevelt. She was supposed to have stayed here, hence the Roosevelt room. That's where they say that was her favorite room to stay. Beatrice Shanley actually had 3 babies here, all died before the age of 9 months. And then she also had a sister that lived here, Mrs. Esther. And Esther and her husband actually helped run the place. This was taken out on the sun porch, which will go up to Esther's room. There's a sun porch off of that. She died here of the flu. So this is the Shanley clan. Any other pictures you see, this is Al Hazen, who bought the place from the Shanleys. This is my family. This is my grandfather. This is my great-grandfather.
There you go.
This is Sal.
Yeah.
Sal was the former owner. He bought the place back in 2005 through tax auction. He passed away in 2016, and I used to volunteer for Sal in 2014 and 2015. After he passed away, I kind of took a step back from the hotel for a couple of years and was not involved. If you look at TripAdvisor, that was not me in 2016, 2017. But he was a dear man. He took the hotel from like a gutted shell and made it what it is today from what you see. Him and his second wife actually, him and his wife did the hand stenciling, all the wallpaper. He took a gutted, barren hotel and kind of saved it. He didn't know it was haunted. He bought it at tax auction. First couple of nights in here, he realized there was something going on. Yeah, and he said, well, I think I have to rethink what I'm doing with this building. Because originally he had said he was going to do this retail stores and then just rent rooms above. But hence the Shanley Hotel, made it a paranormal hotel. So he passed away in 2016. I think it was more heart and breathing issues. He was a very heavy smoker. I really don't know quite the exact cause of death, but he was in rehab for 4 or 5 months before he passed. These pictures the other day, we were all standing over there. I had just talked about him. We were all over there talking. All of a sudden, they all just fell. And the one woman that was here had already been here back in Halloween time. And we had 30 people that night that she was here. And she was just blown away. She goes, I'm telling you, she goes, there was 30 people in here walking back and forth, slamming the door. She goes, there was no way those pictures, would fall over just like that. It was, yeah, I've never. So we're going to start now upstairs first, okay? So it's going to be cold. So I just ask that if you're going to need a jacket, grab a jacket. This is Joe's room. This is Joe's chair. I'm going to turn on this. Joe is a Mafia hitman, Irish Mafia. And Joe, this is his chair. So we always ask permission if it's okay for somebody to sit in his chair. Okay, so what I explained before, this particular software I'm using is pre-recorded radio stations it's scanning through. What you're hearing right now is kind of just miscellaneous stuff. What we're listening for is intelligent responses to our questions. Joe, I'm just going to say, can you turn the flashlight on? Okay, so what these are is regular mag flashlights. We turn them to where they're barely on and barely off. What we feel is they can manipulate them, they can tap them or finish the connection because they are an energy between the flashlight and the light bulb. So Joe's the Mafia hitman. He's the one that calls me the C word. I would say he was here around the Shanley's time. Early 1900s to probably 1930s or 40s. Turn off the flashlight. If there's somebody here, can you turn off the flashlight for me? 1, 2. Thank you. Joe, is that you? Okay, can you turn off the flashlight so we can do yes and no's here, please? Can somebody sit in your chair? Can you turn off? If we go around and introduce the guests.
The guests?
The guests. Just leave. I just heard just leave. Yeah. Can Anthony sit in your chair?
There's a light.
You want to sit in Anthony or they don't have to? Okay. What do you say? What do you say? Good meeting.
It is a nice chair. Are you antagonizing them?
Do you want him up? Or you want him to stay? Hey, Joe? Can you talk through this device? That's a child.
That's what we heard
Or a woman.
upstairs.
That sounded more like a woman. Yeah. Who's here? Who's here? Now with this device, SB7, what we're listening for is, that was hello. I heard hello.
Yeah, like a little kid.
Who's that? what we're listening for is it's scanning through FM at a really rapid rate. What we're listening for is 2 or 3 syllables, even 2 or 3 words or sentences, the same voice, because it's scanning so fast that if you catch that same voice on 2 or 3 words, it's paranormal. I love when they swear on the FM station.
Yeah.
Jonathan, are you here? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It was like a very faint.
Yes. Hi, Joe. I'm Debbie. How are you tonight?
That was something right there. I don't know. Jonathan. Yep. Can you say hi to everybody?
Hello.
Sounded like hello.
Hello. What's your name? That was a response.
Mm-hmm.
Same voice as before. Jonathan, you used to call me Mama. Or Mommy. Can you do that again?
They try to change it. Ooh,
Whoa.
that sounds like hi mommy or something.
That did almost sound like hi, Mommy. Is this Jonathan? Jonathan, I wish you would turn something on in your room. Yeah.
How old is Jonathan?
He's about 8. Jonathan, if you want us to come into your room, can you please turn on the flashlight or the music box? Is Helen around? Is the kitty cat around? There's a ghost cat and he's all over the hotel.
I saw the video of it.
Yeah.
It was so cool. You like actually saw like the whole tail.
Okay, we're gonna turn this off. Okay, so let's turn that off for a second. So we want to make sure that we're all sitting nice and still. Even a breath or creaking of the floor might be misconstrued as an EVP. So we really just want to. And I did forget to say, a lot of these EVPs come in as whispers. So while we're in these sessions, try not to whisper. And just talk in normal voices, because when we're listening back, we might think it's somebody that it's not. Okay, so ready? Joe, I'm going to put this on your chair. Can you please talk into it? Tell us what you really think about us. Is there somebody in this room that you're intrigued with and would allow to sit in your chair? Jonathan, if you're here, do you want to play cars? Okay, let's listen back.
Why is the light flash like that?
It's voice activated, so if it goes steady, then we know it's caught something.
Whoa.
That was something.
That's it, Debbie.
Oh my god.
I hear get out, get
I hear
out.
get out.
Oh my god.
I hear get out. Listen.
Yeah.
Jonathan, if that's you, can you turn on that music box again? Please? My heart's starting to race. And
Me
that's,
too.
That's an indication to me that there's spirit energy
I
around
feel
here.
short of breath
Yeah.
very suddenly.
Yeah, me too. Helen.
Helen, yeah.
Helen,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, it just said Helen.
Okay. Helen.
Helen, clearly, yeah.
So you heard Helen. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. Okay, I gotta thank them. Thank you, Jonathan. That's not me.
Yeah, you're too far. I
Yeah.
think.
Are you here, Claire? Claire used to have kitty cat when the kitty cat was alive. It used to be Sal's cat. And Sal would talk about how the cat would hang around up here on the third floor and in this room. It didn't want to leave this room. And they used to get Claire saying EVPs of that's my cat. Is anybody in here that wants to talk? Turn on that flashlight on the chair, please.
Oh my
My
god.
name's Emma.
What?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Hi, Emma. Emma's the cook. Can I request something for dinner? How about that's her again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was her again.
So can I request? Do you have a menu I can choose?
Whoa, I heard suffocate.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Who's trying to suffocate? Who's trying to suffocate? Claire, are you okay?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to talk anymore? I heard I did.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Not Emma.
We're gonna go Emma, Claire. I thought I heard bacon.
I'm not out yet. I'm not happy.
Who's not happy? Please go. I'm not happy. Please go. Who's saying that? That's a man. I'd like to respect your wishes, but I really like to know who you are. Is that okay? Tell me who you are.
Oh, there goes the light.
I swear to God, oh,
Yeah, that just turned
I
right on.
heard George again. I'm trying to remember if there's a George. There's no George. Not that I know of. George? George, where did you come from?
Louisiana.
I heard Louisiana. But I did hear first name Tony.
It's the same suffocating voice.
We're gonna go.
I just heard something in there right when I left. Whoa, again.
Yeah.
Somebody's knocking on something. You do
George.
that again?
George, is that you? Who is it?
Yeah. Can you move that ball off the chair? You really heard that, right?
Yeah.
It was twice. I heard it and I said something, and then I heard it again.
When we were walking around.
Yeah.
This room has a lot of action.
Yeah, I feel it in this room too. I feel it in this house. I can't believe I actually feel it. This place is seriously creepy.
Like that?
Oh,
Whoa.
go away?
No, it's flowering.
Who's just talking?
That
Something growling.
sounded bad, yeah.
Who just growled? So whose room is this? This is Sarah's room and Adam's room.
In a little.
No. Sarah was murdered in here. Sarah was strangled.
How old is she?
I'm always getting the impression early 20s, but I'm
Oh,
not sure.
okay.
She a lot of times will ask for help. I believe that's the times when Adam is in here. Adam, I believe, is the one who strangled her, but he says he's not. But he does strangle people in here. He does. We have had women come out with marks on their breasts.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, Adam and I have an agreement. Adam, if you can talk through the machine that's running right now, and you let me know loud and clear, Adam and I have an agreement. If he says me on no uncertain terms, leave, get out, get the fuck out, whatever it might be, I'll leave the room. I'll stand outside. I don't fool around with that. But I do want him to talk very clearly, so you guys can get the opportunity to hear that. And now, 75% of the time, we'll hear it.
You have to get out.
He just said, get out.
Yeah.
You heard it.
Clear as day.
You heard that.
Yeah.
Did everybody else hear
Yeah.
that?
So this was Sarah's room, you said.
Yes,
And Adam, you think, is
Adam's.
the one who strangled her.
I do. Adam, did you strangle Sarah?
There's danger something going on in the book.
In my bag?
Turn on.
Whoa,
Yeah, what was that?
that was him. He said basket. He just said basket.
Huh.
Well, her basket was right.
Yeah.
You said
The
you
light
said
is
something
on.
about the light, and
Yeah.
something lit up in my basket, and he said
said
basket,
basket,
Yeah.
and then the light went on.
Yeah.
Sarah, if you're here, can you turn on the flashlight? Thank
Oh,
you.
there it is.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Adam, do you want me to leave? Oh, I hear it. Four.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that? I thought I heard four. You said you thought you were sure?
Sure, yeah.
I
I thought you said 4.
thought I heard four, which is a common word they use up here.
I thought I heard 4.
Oh,
I
she
heard
said
it
it
again.
again. She
Yep.
said it again.
Said it again.
Is that boring again?
Yes.
Said it again.
That's not polite.
Who's saying whore? know that's not Sarah. Sarah.
What was that?
Are you saying 4? Now there's a woman up here that does not like the women anymore. I don't know what the problem is. I think it's more that she becomes jealous of I'm gonna wait and listen here. It started with one of the women that was the guest asked to sit in Joe's chair. And as soon as she sat in her chair, you heard a woman say, cunt. And it sounded so like jealous, of the jealousy type thing.
Oh, I like it.
And the next night, I was talking about it with another group. And as soon as I started to talk about it, the woman didn't know, but she caught an EVP. And she sent it to us, and I'll play it for you guys later. As I'm talking about the 2 girls that were sitting in Joe's chair, you hear an EVP that we didn't hear. Evil bitches. Oh yeah, it was just like, wow.
That's great.
All right, I'm gonna turn this other machine on.
Goodbye, ladies and Adam.
And I'm in here by myself, and I'm like, they all go, oh, we left her in there.
What?
What?
I heard prisoners of war, unless that was the
I
radio
saw something
thing.
that was a war.
That was 100%
No,
prisoners
that was
of war.
Yeah,
I'm positive.
That could be the radio. I've never heard it before,
That was
but
clear.
that could be the radio. I've never heard that before.
Can you play that back?
I'm leaving. Are you happy?
I heard like bye bye or something.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
If you're here, Adam, you want me to leave, light that light up in Michael's hand, all the way to orange or red. I'll go. Just listening.
He's with me.
No, he isn't with me. I don't know who.
Did I chase you out of here, Adam? Did it go?
Yeah.
Oh!
Just when
Oh, yeah.
What?
It just went to red. Thank you.
Delightful.
Can you do it again and I'll leave? Okay, I'll leave, Adam. That was cool. You didn't do anything, right? It's just... All right, we're going. Just gotta get my flashlight here somewhere. Where is it? Thank you, Adam and Sarah. So Kevin always replies to us, where did you work or what was your occupation? His reply is cell block 7. We really do think he was a prison guard here, lived here, rented a room, and worked across the street.
Unless you went to do.
Well, I thought of one of that too, except what was your occupation? And he would reply cell block 7. And he does reply once in a while, prison, jail, but a lot of times it's cell block 7. We've caught it 5 or 6 times at least. It is on our website, a couple of them, of the EVPs. To validate that is really interesting. I actually got a hold of some old census back from the 20s and 30s and 40s and was flipping through the Shanley census. And they would have to register and list everybody living in the hotel at the time. Because it was a boarding house, so it wasn't just always just a hotel. There was people who stayed in rented rooms by the month. You can see that downstairs in the history book.
A lot of us travel.
Yeah. So, an interest, that got really bright. So, I found census that it said their name, and then they would have to list their occupation. And it say right there, that column says occupation and prison guard. Prison guard. So there were prison guards who actually rented rooms here. So it made me feel better about like validating who might be here. It just makes me think I'm not that crazy. Kevin, if you're here, can you turn off that flashlight? It's really bright. Can you do that for us? Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin's
Thank you.
amazing with the flashlight. Kevin, you're amazing. Now this back room, if anybody wants to sit in there, we can take turns. This has kind of become a weird room. We've had people actually. There is a chair in there already, I believe. Okay. Yep, right there. I think it's off to the side enough that you won't disturb the music box if you. Okay. So what has happened to them?
Yeah.
Michael's in there and goes, okay.
People die.
We've seen eye shine in there, like yellow eye shine. We've seen dark shadows.
From the people sitting here.
No.
Wait, what do you mean yellow eyes?
Yellow eye shine, like
Flash in a dog's eyes.
yes.
Or a deer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But tall, like not just like an animal, like a person height. We've
There's the
heard
light.
people when they go in there, spirits tell them to get out. I had a woman who was a skeptic, and it's fine to be a skeptic, but she was kind of a little bit more of a pain in the neck skeptic. And she was with her friends, and the music box went off, and she went, oh, like that. And the second she did that, through that machine, get out of the doorway!
No.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I laughed, they all screamed.
Yeah, really. Good for them.
And I'm like, oh my God, it was so funny. I have it on my note. What was that?
That was me.
Okay. But we have had people go in there, told to get out, go in there, and lots of, through the spirit box, like, who's here, and then names just, like, come through that spirit box. Chris, Richard, this, that, and it's like, where are you all coming from? I don't know if there's a portal that has opened in there that they don't want us in there. But it's kind of weird. It's been weird lately. I'm gonna do an experiment I did the other night, and it worked out really well the other night. Try not to, just close your eyes for a second. Spirits, if there's somebody here that can touch Michael, touch him here, please. Now, if you feel anything, Michael, can you please tell me where you're feeling it? Come on. Touch him there.
Yeah.
You hear that, guys?
Yeah, birthday. Anybody's birthday?
Yeah, Elizabeth was on her.
Really?
It was her birthday last week.
That's funny.
February 8th. Just kidding. February 4th.
Alright, let's get going.
Can somebody touch Michael? I just heard through there what I was doing. Part of the body. I just
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
But I was
What
like,
did it say?
I don't know.
What?
I just heard what part of the body.
I'm arresting you?
I thought I heard investigate.
Mm.
I was touching my head.
No, yeah, I'll go in there.
My head itched.
Did you?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh,
Michael!
Well, you said touch. I was expecting.
Did something hit you, Mike?
No, my head itched.
Ah.
His head was itching in there. Well, see, when they touch, it's not like a regular. Sometimes I feel a tap, but more often it's like a brush. I'm gonna come in there. We're gonna do an EVP session in there with you. Okay?
Okay.
Is there anybody at all in this room next to me right now? What's your name? How long have you been here? Is there any message I can give to anybody for you? Heart's still racing.
I'm dead.
Was that you breathing?
No, I was breathing the same level the whole time.
Yeah, what is like that?
Sounds like a whisper.
You didn't take a deep breath?
Is there any message I can give to anybody for you? Heart's still racing.
Okay, so, Mr. Shanley, are you here? Can you turn on one of the music boxes, please? Oh my God.
There you go.
Holy
I just
crap.
said that.
Literally.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now can you come join our circle?
My name's Emma again.
Emma's back. Hi, Emma.
Hi, Emma. Can you step away from the music box? Can you step away, please? Now, sometimes if they're standing in front of it long enough, it'll get stuck, and I have to go restart it. Can you tell me who in this room just had a birthday? Can you tell me who just had a birthday in this room? Elizabeth Ann? I think it did say something else. I didn't catch the beginning of it. It was a long word though. It wasn't a short like it wasn't like Carrie Ann. It was a longer.
Was
So
just
this
the one
was-
that died?
Yeah. Right. So this was their living quarters. Rosie fell in the well in 1911 and passed away. The well being right outside here, that concrete slab. After she passed, they decided to move away. They didn't want to stay here any longer. And that's when Mr. Shanley converted this to a brothel. So that's why there's a little girl's room
See.
up with the ladies.
But actually, all three rooms were probably used as a brothel
Yes,
afterwards, right?
absolutely.
Is Maddie still here?
I always get from Maddie that she died of a disease.
Here, though, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But young, probably.
Yeah, really. They
Probably.
antibiotics.
Now,
Crazy,
interesting
they
thing
haven't
with
done that
Maddie
much
lately, sometimes she's here, sometimes she's not. Maddie. I don't know how or why or how this all works, but one night I said, "Where's Maddie? I haven't heard from her lately." And through this machine, you hear she went home. Oh, wow. And I was like, "They just said she went home." So I said, "Well, where's home?" And you hear heaven.
Wow.
And then another spirit goes, "She went to heaven."
Oh, that's great.
And I said, "Oh," I said, "I'm going to miss Maddie." I said, "I hope she can come back and visit." "Yes, she can." So it was just the weirdest whole conversation. We're all like, "What the hell just happened?" I don't even know.
You think you were
But-
speaking with Anna?
I don't even know. I think so. It was a woman. But they always said Maddie was working off a debt for her brother.
Wow.
Her brother must have owed money to the mafia, and that she was always a sweeter thing. Anna, again, like I said downstairs, she had a sad story with her lover Samuel, the black man. That yeah. No, she didn't hang herself. They took her baby and they hung Samuel.
Outside by a tree.
Yeah. Now, I started with the Samuel. Samuel was always around when I used to volunteer here, and then all of a sudden I stopped hearing him. Stopped hearing his name, stopped hearing anything about him. And when I took over the hotel, I had a group that was kind of like self-taught psychics, and they were going around with their dowsing rods and stuff. And she came down, she goes, "Samuel's not here anymore." I'm like, "You're right, I haven't heard him in years." I said, "How did you get that?" She goes, "I got up there and they said that somebody tried to cross him over and messed it up and banished him from the hotel." About 6 months later, I had a psychic come in, and as she was coming, she was jotting things down on her paper, and she had Samuel, tree, and I said, "Yeah, that's hanging tree with Samuel." She goes, "Well, he's outside." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "He's out near the tree." Now, she knew nothing about being banished from the. I said, she goes, "I don't know why he's out near the tree, but it's a really pretty tree." I'm like, "Well, he was hung out there, but why is?" She goes, "I don't know." And then, so I started to say, "Samuel, if you want to come back, you're more than welcome to come back in the hotel. You're not banished. You feel free to." So about 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm talking, and all of a sudden I hear, I said, "Who's here?" "Samuel." And they're like, "Oh my God." I said, "I haven't heard that name in so long." And then all of a sudden you hear him say stable, that wasn't stable, sorry, he said that one other time. He said carriage house. He was the stable hand. So it was validation to who I was talking to when he said carriage house. The other night we were in here, he came through up here. And I said, I was so quiet, and I said, "Samuel, what did you do for a living? Tell me." All of a sudden you hear horses. It was so neat. It was so cool to just get validation. Anybody here? I set up some flashlights. Hey, Frank. Oh, right away.
Holy crap.
Say what?
Said what?
No, I heard him say whore.
That's him again.
Hey, Frank.
Different way.
Frank. I missed you, Frank. Anna, Maddie, Rosie, are you here? Peter? Peter has an English accent. The neat thing was, Peter's Rosie's dad. And always said he had an accent. I said, I think it's English. And one night we were talking, you know, he told me he was from Worcestershire or something. And I went downstairs and I started looking through the history book. And I knew that their census was down there, but I never really looked at the census. Sure enough, he's from England. So that was kind of validation for me. Like, oh yeah,
Yep.
I am talking to an Englishman.
Wind's running into.
What?
Who's here?
Oh,
Any- I just hear woman. I thought I heard a woman.
Oh, invasion.
What? I heard a beep. Did you see don't bite?
Yeah.
That is really neat because I'll have you guys listen later. We caught one of those incredible EVPs up here. Hi. We had
13 points.
one of the guests. He was the only guest here that night. He had about 12 digital recorders with him. So he set up a digital recorder in every room where he went to bed. He sent me the most incredible EVP. Actually, the network AMC used it when they did a little segment on us. You will hear a fight between a man and a woman. And he says it was so clear, he almost didn't send it to me because it almost sounded like out in my parking lot.
Yeah.
I said, but
That's
it
amazing.
says Anna and Frank.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Frank is a bully. Right, Frank? Are you the bully?
I heard a
no.
deep no, yeah.
I heard no.
Ladies. Can you say hello? There we go.
Yep.
Hey, babe. Is this Maddie or Anna? So, this was the gentleman's quarters. This is where the men drank, gambled, smoked. Women were not allowed in here. This was their, I believe this is, some people say this is where the barber would set up his chair. I have also heard that the barber would set up his chair out front. I'm not sure exactly where it was. There was an old bowling alley. They had a one-lane bowling alley. They had their own bowling lane.
In here?
Yeah, it was on the back side of this wall. You'll see an old foundation out there. They had their own bowling league. I can do that.
There it goes. Weird, man.
Mrs. Shanley is down here a lot. Mrs. Shanley, is that you? Is it a gentleman? Okay. Yes, I heard this. Are you the one that likes to drink? Can you step away from the music box, please? Step away, please.
She cannot.
Back away. Thank you. You gotta step back all the way. Of course, when I walk toward you, it stops.
Right?
I walk towards it.
That one's on there.
That's too close to me.
I hear bitch.
Did you just call me a bitch?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Excuse me. I just heard him yell at me. Turn on that music box, please.
There it goes.
There we go.
Oh, and your thingy's going off.
Wow, really? The millimeter's going up too? That's
Yeah.
nuts. EMF. It's still going, isn't it? Look at that.
I'm wondering if we're playing off of each other now. Sometimes this happens, and I don't know why.
Can you touch one of us?
Who's here? Is it the man who likes to drink?
Huh.
Are you drunk tonight?
That's going off. Look. Look at the K2. And then that goes off. Same time. That's nuts.
Can you turn on the flashlight for me, too? Can you try it? All right, thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Have a
I'll
good
have
night.
to, So if you went straight down this side road right out front,
Okay.
1 block, that's the Napanoch Church. When she was murdered, she was dumped in a swamp, and then I really do feel that she came here was because this was familiar to her. It was happy times with her father at the church. There was other spirits of children here.
Mhm.
This is where she came.
That's her actual dress?
No, I
Okay.
bought that. She asked for a pink dress.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because
She
say
asked
that
for-
looks pretty modern
She
for
asked
back
for a
then.
pink dress. I went out and bought one, and my daughter helped me go buy
Aw.
one, and she went, "If you tell anybody you're buying a dress for a ghost." She's always doing that. Anyway, so we don't know why, but also we feel that Helen's murderer is here. His name is Alfred Volkman. You're going to see the article down here. He was 19. He was the church violinist.
Okay.
He was executed in Sing Sing. So
Why did he murder her?
he lured her in with a lollipop over his father's butcher shop.
When was this?
This was 1930s. And he lured her in with a lollipop. Had in the article it says mistreated her. And then after that, he decided, I'm in trouble. Took her out to a swamp and plunged one of his father's butcher's knife into her.
What was his name?
Alfred Volkman, Volkmann.
And he got disputed for that?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
He tried to commit suicide first, which he failed at. They saved him. And then they
Excuse me.
I got us.
because we're not allowed to let
I
him die.
It's a waste. Anyway, so he's here too. I really do feel. We do get his voice when I say who's here. You'll get full EVP with, and he always says it the exact same way. My name is Alfred Volkman. He always says
With
my
all those-
name
Can we do
is.
that?
Yep, we can try. Let's
Okay.
take their lights out, and then we can also try to get a hold of Sal.
That's so weird. Like,
Alfred Volkman. Can you come in and tell us what you usually say?
Alfred Volkman. Can you come in and tell us what you usually say?
Nobody said anything after
No.
that.
Alfred Altman, can you come in and tell us what you usually say?
Wow.
I hear.
You hear that? My name is?
Yeah,
That part?
I hear. You're in the. Wait.
Alfred Altman, can you come in and tell us what you usually say?
Yeah, I think I did hear that.
I.
Very faint.
Nobody said anything. That's.
No.
Let's just
We
go
were
on
very
with that.
quiet. Yeah, that was tough.
Nobody wants to talk? Jacob, are you here? There's a little boy named Jacob. Who comes through. I thought I just heard you.
Yeah, there's Jacob.
Yeah. Jacob, you here? Can you stop by? The kitty cat likes to hang around out here because this is his apartment.
Oh, this
So-
was Sal's apartment
Yeah.
here? This is
This
okay.
was his bedroom,
Uh-huh.
and that was his apartment. So,
Oh,
so the kitty cat does hang out quite often in here. Let's go to Sal's apartment and see if we can do some EVP sessions because this is where they got.
Oh my god.
what was that?
Oh my
Issue
god.
No.
Oh
I
my god!
literally
Oh my
just
god! I
heard
gotta hear that
issue
again!
two.
Oh my god!
Oh my
I
god,
missed it
that's
too.
so crazy.
Oh,
That
that's
was
great.
crazy.
Let me
Let me hear that
so
again. Let me hear
I
that
didn't hear
again.
it.
Sal.
Hey, Sal. Is the kid still around? Does he hang out with you still? I miss you, Sal.
Oh my god, I'm literally
You can hear that?
crazy. Yeah.
Thank you, Sal. Love you, Sal.
Thank you, Sal.
Show us where you are. Can you point both in the same direction? Can you please make them straight again? There you go. Point them both straight ahead. There you go. There. Okay. Now, if you're a man, can you point these both to the right? My right? That was fucking crazy. I'm not blue. Did you die in this house? If you did, can you cross them again, make them an X? Is there any energy in this room right now? Can you point us in the direction of where you are exactly standing? I'm getting fucking chills. Are you over here? If you're to my left, can you cross them? Can you cross them the other way together? Make an X, please. Thank you. There's the box. I'm gonna turn this box on now. You could walk in front of it again and show us you're here, okay? Is this the same man we were talking to earlier? Did you die in this hotel? Did you die a violent death or peaceful? Violent, make it go off again. Oh, that's a little creepy. Yeah, thank you. That one's always going off. But then for a while it wasn't going off, which is weird. My name's Ryan. This is Debbie, Elizabeth, and Allie. No harm. We just want to hear your voice. Camera, turn this on. You can speak to us right now. Thank you. Does that mean you're here with us? Are we allowed to sleep in here tonight? Whoa, holy shit, that freaked me out. No, because it only detects right in front. Nothing. You here with us? Whoa. That was great. Can you say that again, please? Another man. Who are you? Who are you? What does that sound like to you? Peter?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Did you say Peter? Is your name Peter? Did you... What woman is in here? Is it Anna, or Maddie, or Rose? Can we play a game of cards, please? Well, thank you for interacting with us. Now's your last chance. Goodbye. Alright, well, you guys have a good night. I'm not too active. Where's the light?
That was good. That was good.
I don't know if I got that on camera. I hope I did.
Wait, so did this die?
Wow.
No, right?
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you
seriously,
very much.
thank you.
That
Now
was
it's off
great.
again.
That was good. Wow, very.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You know I gotta record if we're going down the line. Watch your head on this. Hello, we're coming down. Cold, 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 cold. Shh. Shh. Do you want us to come back down here? Fucking no balls. Alright, let's go get what we need to get. I guarantee you, as soon as we leave here, it's gonna go off. You would've, if you came down, you would've been running your ass off too, trust me. night, gentlemen. Can you do that again? Alright, we're gonna say goodbye now. I don't think anybody wants to talk to us.